Or was it in the wicket?
That was a fair shout, but in fact the ball turned and would have missed the off stump, although Mike Gatting patted it away. Good decision there by Ken Palmer.
The last day of a Cornhill Test series in England's always a sad moment. Well, this one could bring even more sadness for England, and it could bring great joy for Pakistan. England started off the day at 95 for 3, a long haul ahead of them, as we'll see in a moment when the match situation is shown. Mike Gatting is not out 5, and Chris Broad, who's done a great job there to stay in right from the start, is 26 not out. The bowling figures once again dominated by the spinners. They've done most of the work. QADIR 20 overs, 2 for 37. He's taken 9 wickets in the match so far. Tausif Ahmed 1 for 36. The enormity of England's task is shown by the match situation, with Pakistan having made their 708. England bowled out for 232, and this morning when they began, 95 for 3. England 381 runs behind. Well, Pakistan themselves had a setback this morning because Wasim Akram wasn't able to take the field. He's a very talented young bowler. He'll be missed out there, although the 2 spinners will do most of the work today, I should think. He's been taken to hospital for a check for appendicitis and an X-ray. Well, things were slow at the start, as one might imagine, with England purely on the defensive, trying to get through the day without losing all their wickets. And in the first 2 overs, only 1 bye was added to the total. We pick it up now with the second ball of the 3rd over. Imran Khan is coming in, and Mike Gatting is taking stock. Put it down. Catchable, and Imran is not very happy. Salim Malik at first slip. Javed has gone to second.
Yes, very quick delivery this. It's leaving Mike Gatting. Has a push at it and really went very quickly, low to the right, but he should have hung on to that. In fact, Mike Gatting thought he'd got it. He was walking away.
The outside edge, but it wasn't thin enough.
Yes, this going down when it's played. Bouncing halfway to the ring of close fielders and going through the gap.
It's more off the middle of the bat, and the outfield is fast. 2 boundaries in this over, where Imran is striving for all-out attack.
Picture almost completed now. He's got the last few wickets to get in, and then we completed.
Tausif coming down towards the pavilion end.
Chris Broad played that pretty well. He got a thickish edge, but he did keep it down and got it wide of mound that it slid.
Yes, good delivery this. Pitching just outside the off stump and turning quite sharply.
Khan, the Pakistan captain, just leaving the field for a moment. QADIR taking over at the Vauxhall end. Oh, Mike Gatting just managing to kick that away. It was just trickling back onto the stumps there.
Yes, hitting the bat, dropping down and just in time. Going straight towards the stumps.
And that's Mike Gatting's favourite stroke. Anything a bit short, and he's very, very strong there. Square on the offside, 4 runs. And the news on Imran Khan is that he is off the field with a strain. Nothing really decided just about where the strain is at the moment. Well, bit of fortune there for Mike Gatting. Coming down the wicket to drive, and whether it was just a faint inside edge, yes, just a little inside edge, so you couldn't really blame the keeper, but bit of fortune there for Mike Gatting.
Well, Gatting Lucky not to be bowled, lucky not to be caught, and lucky not to be stumped. On all three counts there.
This time Mike Getting playing the sweep, and there'll be no doubt about that being 4 runs. There's a 50 partnership coming up between these two off 149 balls. Pretty slow going, but I'm afraid that's all England have got to play for at the moment. There's a shout, and this time this was being given out. I must admit, he doesn't look too happy with that.
Tossed up, spinning back in to the pad and out there, nicely picked up. See Broad well forward again, ball turning back into him, and as he thought, beating the inside edge.
Ian Botham, the man coming to the crease, along with David Gower, not playing Test cricket this winter. Well, again, the Gatting square cut, this time just behind square, and same result, 4 runs.
There's his first run. He's been in for 22 deliveries. Attempting nothing rash at all. It would be ironic if England ever did get out of this huge hole that they're in, if it was one of the defensive innings from Botham which helped them accomplish it after all he's done with a bat over his 10-year Test career the other way.
Nice shot. 50 to Mike Gatting. 2 half-centuries in this match for the England captain.
No lack of application from the England captain.
That would have been a marvellous catch.
It's certainly a strange thing to do in the middle of this England innings. He hit it quite well, but he hit it straight into Javid's stomach.
Brilliantly fielded. All sorts of things going on out there at the moment that shouldn't be going on, but Gatting is still there.
Oh, this is really interesting here. All sorts of things going on, and Madassa had hit. Mike Gatting would have been out by yards. Very, very odd happenings. A lot of chances being taken. Really could have lobbed it to the keeper.
Indeed, he could have done just that, and that would have been a crushing blow for England. Mike Gatting a little bit of good fortune there, and earlier in the morning as well. 61 not out he was. 1 more run was added to take the score up to 170 for 4, and Botham had made just 1. Chris Broad out in slightly controversial circumstances there to give Abdul Qadir that wicket. 3 for 67. He had at lunch from 37 overs and 17 maidens. And at lunch, England 306 more runs to avoid an innings defeat, but more important, they had to keep 6 wickets intact. That was an enormous job they faced. Here's the first ball after the luncheon interval. Abdul Qadir is the bowler. Taking strike is England captain Mike Gatting.
Well, that was a generous helping of pudding after dinner, shall we say. A lovely, juicy full toss. Mike Gatting is away through mid-wicket for 4. At the moment, there's a bit of a discussion going on. I think QADIR's wanting to leave the field, probably discussing whether a substitute can be allowed. Mr. Bar, the substitute just come back on now for QADIR. And the new ball is being taken.
As expected, Mudassar to share the new ball with Wasim Akram off the field.
And a nicer time stroke there for Mike Gatting. Through extra cover, 4 runs. Mudassar, of course, not bowled for a long time in this match. Maybe a little bit stiff. Well, Imran Khan's going to bowl from the pavilion end, which I think most of us thought he ought to have done before now, because he did have a very, very good spell from this end earlier in the match. That was an edge, but not quite carrying there to third slip. Mr. Barr's the fielder, the substitute.
Yes, we see Botham, relaxed grip and just managing to keep that ball from carrying.
Well, good length ball, a little bit of width, and that's one area that Ian Botham does like them in, just a little bit on the up, and really that whistling away down the third man. Mudassar trying the bounce and certainly getting the ball head high, but again Mike Gatting rolling the wrist, controlling the shot with the right hand and knocking it straight down to the ground. That's 200 on the board for England. Mike Gatting on 78, Ian Botham on 30. Again, Mike Gatting playing the shot beautifully, but unfortunately, Ijaz has got a nasty knock there.
See it again. You see Gatting pivot onto this short one. Again, hit it down as he'd done twice in the previous over. Ijaz trying to take evasive action, but there's nothing you can do when you're in the firing line of a shot like that. Shown himself to be a brilliant fielder in that position, but not for nothing is it known as Boot Hill.
And ABDUL comes on. It's a reasonable enough shout. He was the quicker top spinner. Bowler's entitled to ask for that. We've gone past leg stump, but not by all that much. 4 runs and a good shot. It was the wrong one, I think, and Gatting looked as though he picked it. Played through the spin that was coming into him.
Yes, a wide half volley. And a very positive shot there from Mike Gatting.
Now off spinner Tawseef Ahmed.
Yes, that went off the top edge. It could so easily have gone almost anywhere.
Well, I don't really think they were serious. I think it was just a gentle question to umpire Constant.
Yes, I think if you see this, it's picked up at forward short leg. The bowler has no intention of appealing at all. Goes right off the knee of the pad. And he waits, he sees it's caught, somebody goes up, and suddenly the bowler turns round and appeals.
ABDUL. It's a good shot. Nice way to bring up your 100. A good innings from the England captain. 45th first-class 100 he's made, but the 9th Test 100 and his second against Pakistan.
That's a fine innings by Mike Gatting.
The off-spinner there just over-pitching, a bit of width. And Ian Botham straight into that one through the covers. And that's the 100 partnership. An edge, no chance. The ball going right between first slip and keeper, and very fine.
Yeah, no question about that being an outside edge.
That's 250 up for England. Mike Gatting moving on to 150. QADIR's bowling from the Vauxhall end, and just tiring a little bit, and Mike Gatting begin to take toll of him. Another 4 there to deep mid-wicket. And that's a good stroke this time, and that's the area that Ian Botham does like, and just outside off stump, a little bit of room, and he's very, very powerful indeed there.
Watch the foot movement. He goes across, forward, and just hits it from where he is.
And that was well bowled, and he cut back, followed Ian Botham as he tried to get away. Certainly gloved him, and falling short of slip.
And that follows him in, and he gets tucked up, and it hit his top hand, in fact, and dropped just short of third slip.
And a beautiful stroke, as good as anything played in the match. But they're just slightly over pitching, and Mike Gatting a beautiful off drive there.
Absolutely perfect this is. He hasn't had to hit it. Just a lovely foot to the pitch of the ball. Look at that follow through.
It's the first time that score's bringing to look a little bit more reasonable. We've had a lot of hundreds there where they've needed, but now down to 197. And Imran Khan coming back at the Vauxhall end. That's more like the Botham to bowl on the up through extra covers.
There we see Ian Botham. He's faced 173 balls, and that gives you some idea really of how he's subdued all his attacking instincts, because his highest score in Test cricket, 208 on this ground 5 years ago, he only faced 226 deliveries. So there we are, just 49 deliveries between 36 today and 208 5 years ago.
It really is a dangerous position to stand, that silly mid off. You're going to bowl short of length just outside off stump. Both these two, it's their favourite shot, and both of them again cracking that for 4 through the covers. Again, the bouncer almost taking a wicket there. Mike Gatting just a little bit slow, and the ball just missing the edge of the bat. Joseph Ahmed back at the pavilion end.
Four runs. There is a fielder down there, but it's the young lad who's across the other side of the boundary. Well, will they run 5? I don't think they'll bother. 300 up for England, 300 for 4.
It's a bit cheeky.
$150 for Mike Gatting.
Well, he deserves the runs, although they in themselves haven't saved the game, but that stay of 5 hours and 1 minute, that's the thing that's done it.
Madassa Nazar is on, and Madassa has been very involved with the game out there today. Not going to enjoy that very much.
Well, Javid found this amusing, and in the end, Botham smiled back, but very painful. Thick inside edge. See it deflected onto those dancing pumps of his.
$50 for Ian Botham.
202 deliveries. 4 hours and 9 minutes, and that was his 9th boundary.
After that boundary, Ian Botham made one more single to take him on to 51. 3:15 for 4. England at the close of play. That was when the captains decided to call it a day, just a moment or two before 5:30. And with rain in the offing, light rain had been falling for quite some time and inconveniencing the Pakistan bowlers. Imran Khan, no reflection of the way he bowled there, that none for 59 from 26.3. ABDUL had to leave the field later in the day, 3 for 115 from 53 overs and 21 maidens. Both he and Tausif Ahmed, I suspect, suffered from tired fingers towards the end, and no wonder the amount of work they had to do. Wasim Akram off the field today. That is what happened in the match. Pakistan 708 all out after winning the toss. England 232, and then 315 for 4, match drawn. Very fine effort from England today to get away with the draw, and that is what happened in the complete Cornhill Test match series. First match drawn when England were on top, and the second drawn, both matches influenced by the weather. Pakistan, a fine victory at Headingley, an innings in 18, and then England almost there at Edgbaston with that run chase in the 4th innings of the match, and the 5th one here drawn with Pakistan winning the series. So at the presentation after the game, the man of the match was awarded to Javid Miandad. Magnificent performance from him. He batted wonderfully well for Pakistan, set them on the road towards that 708. He had plenty of assistance from Imran Khan and Salim Malik, but his was a great effort. The England player of the series was Mike Gatting, the captain, who was consistent all the way through. The only area where he didn't succeed was at Headingley, when England were beaten. The rest of the time, he was a big run getter. And Imran Khan was the man of the series for Pakistan. A fine effort from him. He says it'll be his last test match. In some ways, that'll be a pity, but he would certainly be going out on top. Tony Lewis.